The Mac is back, baby. The Mac is back. This is not a drill, as far as we know. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway is confirmed. International Fight Week, UFC 329. Today I'm going to kind of go over the card just a little bit. A lot of people have already gone over the card, given their thoughts. I'm going to kind of do like a quick predictions, not true predictions, but kind of who I'm leaning towards as I go over this whole card. To start it off, we have Conor McGregor making a comeback versus Max Holloway. This is McGregor Holloway 2. They fought when they were very, very young, very early in their UFC careers. McGregor won that fight via wrestling. Honestly, man, this is at welterweight. I might be falling into the hype a little bit, but I think McGregor could get it done. This isn't really enough time for Holloway to build himself into a welterweight. He's not a welterweight. He's not a big framed guy. If McGregor has truly gotten off the booger sugar, found God, if he's really back in the gym, hitting it as hard as he used to, he could get this one done via wrestling, up at 170. It's probably going to be Holloway, though. Holloway's probably going to be able to keep it on the feet and beat him down. But I'd like to see McGregor get a win. I think everyone would like, not everyone, obviously, not everyone. A lot of people would like to see McGregor get a win. So that it is cool. Co-main event, we have BSD versus Paddy Pimblett. Probably Paddy by TKO. I mean, the guy has a hell of a chin. But I'm not sure who brought up this point. But I heard someone say this, and it's great. BSD is very, very good at hitting you clean and hard when you're coming off the fence. And Paddy Pimblett loves to circle off the fence with his hands down. So it could be a BSD highlight. But I don't think he's got it in him to knock out Paddy. Paddy's got a hell of a chin. Just had a war with Gagey. I'm leaning towards Paddy by TKO. Next up, we had Corey Sandhagen versus Bedtime MMA on the feature fight. That's pretty sick. Shout out Bedtime. This is a tough one. I'm not really sure who I'll go with on this one. Probably leaning towards Corey. He does have very, very good grappling, so that might, negate Bautista's takedowns. He might, welcome the takedown and then just turn it into a scramble and try and get a better position. Yeah, I'll probably be leaning towards Corey Sandhagen there. Bautista has proven that he is good, though. He had that stinker with Aldo. Everyone hated him. Since then, he has entertaining fights. He did have that very, very bad fight where everyone bet on Aldo to win, and he just smudged him up against the fence. That's how she goes, I guess. But yeah. And then we have Mr. Loophole himself, Gable Steveson, making his debut against Elisha Ellison. He's 3-0. I don't think he's really gonna pan out. Gut feeling, I don't think Gable's gonna pan out. He didn't pan out in WWE, which, how? He didn't pan out in the NFL. He got signed by the Bills as an undrafted free agent. Um, in college, he was very, very, very good at finding loopholes. I can't remember off the top of my head if he wrestled for Minnesota or Minnesota State, but if you just Google uh, the state of Minnesota and then versus Gable Steveson Loophole, you will find some crazy stuff. I mean, this guy in college, real good at finding them loopholes, getting out of bad situations. So we'll see how he does in the UFC. He's he's John Jones' protege, so that might add on to the necessity of his loophole ability, if you know what I mean. But enough about that. We have Brandon Royval versus Lone Kavanaugh. That's a sick fight. That's gonna be sweet. Um, who? Probably gonna go with Loney in this one. Royval is a dog, but he's kind of starting to lose that edge a little bit. He is starting to get old. Not too old. He's still in the game for sure, but Kavanaugh's young. He's hungry. He's got big power. I think he could find Royval's chin and get a TKO. Then we have old D Penis himself back. D Penis is back, fighting Cesar Almeida. I don't know. We have, that's that. Royval versus Kavanaugh will probably be my last prediction. We have Penis versus Almeida, Gondra versus Reese, Durden versus Osborne. All right. We have Cody No Love. Cody No Love's back on the prelims versus Adrian Yanez. Kai Kamaka versus Luke Riley. I do like Luke Riley. I think he's got some slick striking. I lied. I probably will lean towards Luke Riley in this one. And then Whitaker versus Krylov. That's a tricky fight for Whitaker. Krylov is an alright fighter, but with the lighter man skill, we just saw what Paulo did to whatever the hell the Russian guy's name is, the undefeated feller, on the worst day in recent memory, UFC 327. Whew, that was tough, man. Bad day. But anyway, we saw what Paulo did. I think Robert could do the same thing. Bobby Knuckles. Bobby Knuckles is tough. I think he probably gets this one done. Then we have Tracy Cortez versus Kong Wang. I saw Tracy Cortez get her eyelashes punched off in Denver. That was pretty cool. Old Rose Namajunas punched her eyebrow or eyelash off. She was wearing fake eyelashes mid-fight. You gotta do what you gotta do when you're a WMMA fighter, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's a quick little rundown of UFC 329, International Fight Week in Vegas. Yeah, I mean, we have Mr. Loophole, Sandhagen, BSD, Pimblett, Bedtime MMA, can't forget about him. Old Mario Bautista. We have Max Holloway and Conor McGregor. 2. I'm torn on this, alright? I really want to believe that Conor will come back for this fight, but it's just been so long. It's tough to put faith in a guy who was very publicly not training, for, what was that, 5 years, 6 years? You know what I mean? If he does come back, I think it'll be a huge fight. The return of the Mac, woo, in Vegas. Man, I might have to go down there just to sit in the Caesars Sports Gambling Lounge. Watch that one in the Caesars Casino. Throw money on live. You know what I mean? Um, I'm just kidding, Dad. I'm not gonna do that, but could happen. That was the video. Thank you for watching. This has been Wheezy MMA. I'm Wheezy, and I'm out. Have a good one.